Welcome back. Earlier on, we discussed empty nest syndrome, when the children have left and parents are struggling to cope.
Right now, we have Celia Dodd and Marissa Peer, and they'll be offering advice on embracing the new opportunities that an empty house can offer and explaining how to cope with the void that's left by your children leaving.
Let's get straight onto the phone now, and we've got Homer. Hello, Homer.
Hi.
Hi. So you've got two boys, 24 and 22, left home 5 years ago for university, and you say it's getting worse.
Yes, unfortunately, it's certainly hasn't got any easier. To the point that a few weeks ago I had to go to the doctor, you know, thinking that I was going off my head, you know, am I depressed? Do I need antidepressant? Which I didn't believe I did. And but you know, and she just says, I know what's wrong. You've got severe case of empty nest syndrome, and it's true. I mean, my whole world revolves, you know, is around what the boys are doing. I mean, I'll drop everything if I know they're coming home for the weekend. I've lost friends through that, you know, make arrangements, and they'll phone and say, we're coming home. And I'll say, right, I have to be home. And I won't see them that much because they come in and drop in the washing, and then they will go out. But I just have the need to be here and to see them.
Well, you say that you work full-time, work hasn't filled the void, you travel
No.
4 hours once a week to see them, but you say your sons are now getting impatient that you're not letting go.
Yes, I'm getting lectures from them by text and by when they come home, Mum, you know, this is getting ridiculous because it's not affecting us because we worry about you.
Right, okay.
And if you stop worrying about us, then we won't worry about you.
Let's see what our experts say.
The problem is you have not letting go syndrome, and what you have to try and do is imagine how you'd feel if your mother was doing that to you, if she was driving 4 hours a round trip to be with you. It's not great for your sons that they're now worrying about you, and the reason it's gone on for 5 years is because you haven't let go, and you really have to let go for their sake, for your sake, and make your own life and see them and love them and enjoy their company, but you're making them the focus of your world, and that's the problem. You've got not letting go syndrome.
Well, the problem
and you need
is
to let go.
That's another syndrome. I hadn't heard of that one before.
It's just a word.
All these syndromes. But the problem is, if you've been that close to them and you've done everything, and they've been your entire life.
Yeah.
Can I ask, are you with a partner?
Yes, I'm married.
You're married?
And he's very understanding because he works away, you know, I would, you know, if he's coming home, if he's been away for a couple of nights and it happens to be the night that maybe the boys are free, I would drive over and, you know, I want to see him. And I don't feel good about that.
Well, this can't...
I have this magnetism. I find it almost impossible.
Well, it's almost becoming an obsession.
An obsession, I was
Yeah,
just about
and
to
I'm
say
actually, it's hurting now.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Okay.
Well,
Practical advice, yes.
I'd say the one thing to remember is that when you do let go, your relationship with your boys will probably get a lot better. You don't think that at the time. You think you want to make sure they're all right and cook them meals and so on. But actually, your relationship will probably improve massively. They certainly will stay loving you, and you'll stay loving them. You know, it's hard at the moment to see what the future holds, but the future can hold all sorts of exciting new things for your relationship with your sons and for your own life. I think that's really important, and your life with your husband. And I suppose I'd try and find some new things to do with him.
Yes, I try. I really, really, really try. But it's just this emptiness.
That's because you're so dependent on them. That's why you feel empty. You've made your happiness dependent on them, and their happiness is not dependent on you. And you just need to be aware of that and try to be less dependent on your sons for your happiness.
This is one of those things that cannot end well,
no.
is it? I mean, because it will just get
Well,
worse.
it is 5 years down the line already. It's not like 5 months. So just try and look at what you're doing and ease off the dependency and move on to other things. It does get easier, it really does.
Let's do a couple of quick ones here. My son is 5 and just started school. I have a lot of anxiety when he's gone. Most days I just miss him too much to function as I should. I know it's stupid. I just want him to be with me still, even though I know he's fine and enjoying school. And that's Roz.
Well, I think, again, you need to find new things to fill that time. I mean, there isn't that much time when they go to school, you know, you tend to... but I think you just talk to a friend, talk to people, get some sociable things to do. I think that's really, really helpful.
Well, I mean, I felt the same thing, and I made friends with some of the mums at school.
Yeah.
You know, and you talk to them and they feel exactly the same way, and you can find time for a coffee finally, and everybody's in the same boat when your children start.
Well, exactly,
Yeah, and it's much more normal when they're 5, because at 5 you need to protect them and look after them. And again, you just have to focus on the fact that this is really good for the children. They need to be in school, they should be in school, and they're happy. And, you know, but happy children need their parents to be happy too. It's a huge burden to them if they know that you're crying or mooching around when not there. So just try the very best you can to realise that, you know, to make your children happy, you've got to kind of be happy too.
Yeah.